Hey, it's Nina.
And Ashley, back with the bullshit.
And this is the Young and Getting It Podcast. Just so you know, you can find us on Apple Podcasts. Just search Young and Getting It Podcast. There's no G at the end of getting. Please subscribe, rate, and review. We're also on SoundCloud.com/YAGIP. Please follow us on there and definitely comment on there. And then you can find us on YouTube. Just search Young and Getting It Podcast with no G at the end of getting. Subscribe, comment on there. And, we're on everything, to be completely honest.
Mm-hmm. You can also find us on Instagram at YAGI_podcast, or you can go to our website, which has everything on there, which is www.vierylewatches.com. And then you can also email us at Ashleyandninapod@gmail.com, or if you're a little more tech savvy, you could text us on our Google Voice number or call us and leave us a voicemail at 323-486-3811.
Back to the bullshit. Yes. So we're back another week. We're back to the bullshit.
Bullshitting.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
for
so
real.
The first thing I wrote in my phone was Trey Songz had a baby. What the fuck?
Okay. I was actually on Instagram that day, and people were like, how you just gonna post a baby foot with no explanation? Like you literally just posted a fucking baby foot. You holding a baby foot. They were like, you didn't want to explain if it was a nephew, uncle, cousin, auntie's baby, like somebody else's baby, or if it was yours or not.
So, it's not even like a bad thing. It's just like, oh, it's typical.
It's weird.
But it's typical.
Too.
There's always niggas who just get a random one pregnant. That's like almost all Offset's babies were one of those situations. Like, fuck the bitch. She got pregnant. She kept it. Period.
Yeah, I'm just like,
you fucked it raw though. Everyone gotta acknowledge that.
Yes,
someone that you've never
but
gone out and
we're assuming he could.
There would have already been articles like it's suspected this chick. Yeah. It's like none of them were pregnant, and they were probably all in the eye. So people can't come out with a story because everyone he was with was seen not pregnant this whole time.
Yeah, but it's like he's also very private with his dealings. So he was trying to be all private with Lori Harvey, and then it happened.
Wasn't that private? And then they showed each other, and didn't they break up 2 weeks later?
He had his foot. He had his foot.
I like us. I like us like this. Something like that.
Some
I remember that
positioning. I can't remember now because it wasn't that important.
He had her foot.
Yeah, I know he had her foot. Yeah, but I don't know. He is entitled to his privacy, but.
Are you in today's society?
Kinda, yeah. You should be, but you should be, but it's technically you're really right. A lot of things shoulds, a lot of shoulds going on.
All right, should not have this president.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. He probably had a baby.
Well,
if it wasn't your baby, wouldn't you put an explanation?
It's for sure his baby.
You would put a fucking caption. You wouldn't just put a baby.
I saw on people.com because people be talking about people. So it said, first of all, Trey Songz is 34. Wow, didn't know that. He announced the arrival of his little boy on Instagram. I don't know why I just didn't think he was 34. He's just a grown hoe. He is just living his bachelor life, just like Drake.
It happens.
My son Noah, we are blessed and overjoyed. Peace.
I don't like that name.
They are really doing a lot in this article. You don't need to say all that. Just tell me what the fuck happened. Did not say
damn quote.
Right. Did not say who the baby's mother was. And he had not been publicly linked to anyone romantically prior to his big announcement. They hit it. He hit it. He had fans speculating he was a new dad earlier in the day when he shared a black and white image of him holding a tiny foot in his hand. And then he captioned it with just a blue heart. Ooh, his baby is so cute, that olive skin.
Baby.
Oh my God.
Everything's forgiven. I'm just kidding.
I know, right? Right? Well, his news baby came to shock. The singer had long wanted to start a family. Okay. He told Charlamagne the God in 2015 he wanted a baby. This was an accident.
What?
Let's stop doing all this research. It was an accident. He just wanted to keep it. He has money.
And he wanted a baby.
I feel like part of, if you have a ton of money, you can keep your baby because you can buy help.
Yeah.
It's just if money is an issue, or if you really hate kids. There are people who genuinely hate kids.
Yeah, I feel like that's not that I don't want to say rare because it's like that's just not as common. Like for the most part, I feel like all people like kids. It's just the fact that they have to be 100% in the process of raising them and dealing with them. Right. It's because like whenever people talk about kids, it's always like, yeah, do you know how much time they take? You can't have your life anymore. Yeah. That's literally like everybody's complaint when it comes to kids.
Everyone that never comes to any of my shit is like, oh, my baby, this, my child, and I have to take her here, and I gotta
fuck those kids.
I'm like, even the girl who would tell me fuck them kids about her kids
wasn't doing that.
She was like, I gotta take my daughter to the and I gotta take my daughter here because she has 4 kids. She's like young, but
no, that's why I'm like,
my really do that to you
because we talked about this on here how like richer people usually have less kids than poorer people, like because they like, nah, let's not, we not with the shits, like because me, honestly, I'm like 2 is fine. Because let's be real, more than 2 is expensive.
I want to have 2 and then let them grow up a little bit and then just have another one so that they don't all leave the nest back to back. I can like have one more. I know some people want them to all leave the nest so they can be back in the house fucking. Yeah. I get that.
Yep. I want that as early as possible.
When I look for houses as like a grown adult, I'm going to look for a house where all the kids' bedroom is like across the
That's me and Rashad. When we go looking for houses, that is our biggest fucking concern. We're like, okay, so they put the master over here, all the rooms over there, perfect. Yeah. And then when we get to one where like they, you know, how they always have that fucking nursery room. They set that shit up and it be right next to the parents' room. I'm like, no.
Unless that's an office, nah. No.
What? No. They'll have their little bassinet in my room until they're a certain age. And then niggas will be in their own room after that with a baby monitor. Right. But you think I want my kid right next door to me forever?
That's how some people are.
Nah.
They'll have their kid in their room for years.
No. I was that child that used to sneak in my parents' room. Like, I would go in their room every fucking night. Yeah. They started whipping me. Oh. Yeah. They were like, oh, word. Like, but my mom made my dad do it. My dad didn't care, but of course my mom did. And so she made him start whooping me. Damn. And honestly, I was just afraid of the dark.
Like, that's usually what it is.
Or I would have like itch attacks. I had really bad like eczema growing up. So like I would wake up itching.
Oh, super itchy.
Yeah, and I couldn't go to sleep. I couldn't go back to sleep. I was an annoying child too, by the way. Very sad for that, for my parents. But to get back like on topic, I was on Tumblr this week and I saw this news article and it was like upgrade your prison cell for like a certain amount of bucks. And like I looked it up. I was like, I want to know if this is real. Because remember how I told you about that prison in like Eastvale or like near us? Oh yeah. Where like it's for like all the rich people that have done stuff. Yeah. So apparently, why won't this shit open? You really can do it. Like you could really like pay a certain price to upgrade your prison cell.
Wow. So they have like, they know the laws and they've been able to finesse what is allowed into. Damn, I want to see pictures.
I'm trying to
I'm like, that's actually a great idea.
Listen to this. What happened? Okay, so there is this person was like dating somebody on Match.com. This person was in prison. Okay. One was in prison, one's not, right? Gotcha. So oh wait, no. Just kidding. So where the fuck is this shit? Okay, here it is. I found it. Okay, so anyways, the story goes like these 2 people met on Match.com. He wasn't in jail yet. And he fucking made her go outside and perform like a sexual act on him. And he claimed it was consensual. She said it wasn't. Classic story, right? Right. So this nigga gets put in jail.
Was he black?
I don't know. They don't have any pictures.
Hey, they didn't lean on that. That's nice.
So he paid extra. He paid $100 a night and was permitted by the court to avoid county jail entirely. He did his time in Seals Beach small county jail with amenities that included flat screen TVs, a computer room, and new beds. He served 6 months at a cost of $18,250 according to jail records.
I mean, that's an $18,000 stay
that the government is profiting off of. Yeah. So why would they not allow this?
It's prison. You have to pay premium. So $18,000 for all that? Yeah. You're literally living in a room.
Honestly,
you're just at camp.
Can I do some math real quick? 18 grand divided by 6 months.
Man.
That's $3,000 a month.
His rent was $3,000 a month.
I mean,
to be in a bedroom in jail though, because you should be suffering in jail. But or you could pay us $3,000, and we'll lace you up nice for a jailbird. Man, I knew that shit was expensive. I was like, that sounds like
but
expensive.
Honestly, if
nice
I ever go to jail, now that we know that's an
hope
option,
I got money,
nigga.
I'm like, please put me in a jail where I can have a TV and a new bed
and a flat screen. What is this?
So I'm about to lose weight and get fit. That's all I'm about to do. Just watch TV and get fit. That's all you can do. I wonder. And mind you, commissary allows you to buy like chips and shit. All the tasty food. You can eat tasty food in jail. You just have to pay for it.
He was probably eating all that shit.
He was eating all that fire shit. They got Cheetos.
Oh God.
They got Ruffles.
So, oh man, where is it? So, this is commonly called pay to stay or private jail, a constellation of small city jails, at least 26 of them in Los Angeles and Orange counties, open their doors to defendants who can afford the option. But what started out as an antidote to overcrowding has evolved into a two-tiered justice system that allows people convicted of serious crimes to buy their way into a safer and more comfortable jail stay. I mean, I guess I see the con
it's
about
just
that.
all white people, but
yeah, I mean, it's just classism.
Yeah, it's a whole class.
Yeah.
You have to be able to afford to not suffer in prison.
And so there was an analysis by Marshall Project in the Los Angeles Times of more than 3,500 people who served time in Southern California's pay-to-stay programs from 2011 through 2015, found more than 160 participants who had been convicted of serious crimes including assault, robbery, domestic violence, battery, sexual assault, sexual abuse of children, and possession of child pornography. Whoa.
I'm like, that is all bad.
What? DUIs were
white.
66.2%.
Wow.
Whoa.
Well, I mean, that explains people.
And they were injurious or sex crimes. So somebody got injured.
Shit. That's the bad part. Somebody got injured.
Wait, what?
Because if you think about it, a lot of people have DUIs. It's kind of crazy.
Wait, no, I'm reading that wrong.
Okay.
It says an analysis found 4.5% of the cases involved serious offenses labeled injurious or sex crimes in the table below. Oh, wait, no, it does apply. Oh, shit, they were injurious. 66.2% of them.
Well, you said
like
4.
this is 4.5%, but of that 4.5%, 66.2% of them were DUIs.
Wow.
So a large portion of that 4.5 is DUIs.
I mean, but that's what I was like saying, because I was like, growing up, I realized a lot of people have
gotten DUIs.
A lot.
I'm
actually shocked.
This so common.
But like I was saying last week, I was like, how are y'all going to jail? And we ain't. What are you? What are you doing in your life different to where you are frequently?
But they're probably wasted.
Meeting with the police though. What? We should all get arrested. If y'all get arrested, I mean, God forbid, I don't want to get arrested, but that's crazy. People get DUIs a lot.
Oh my God.
What?
They include a hip hop choreographer who had sex with an underage girl, a former Los Angeles police officer who stalked and threatened his ex-wife, and a college student who stabbed a man in the abdomen during a street scuffle. I mean, that's plausible though. I mean, but why do you have a knife?
Guys go crazy during street scuffles.
Yeah.
But he was probably drunk and then said, oh, I have a knife on me, because people do carry knives on them. If you're drunk or faded, you should not have a knife or a gun on.
Hell no. And don't be fighting.
People be on meth with a gun on them. That's the fucked up part.
Oh, and this says the average cost is $1,756 a night for prisons that offer that.
$1,760 a night?
$1,700.
What?
The most expensive stay, according to jail records, was $72,000. Paid by a man responsible for a drunken freeway crash that killed one of his passengers.
And he only had to pay $70,000 to live like that?
Yeah.
Shit.
Wow. So, of course, these lying ass niggas is like, a racial breakdown of pay to stay participants could not be determined because complete data was unavailable. How is race not recorded when that shit's recorded when you go into fucking jail?
Because they don't want you to know that all of them are white.
Okay. So, you know, like right before we started recording, I got like all excited and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Why does Spectacular, he like I saw this on the Shade Room literally right before we started recording. Spectacular Smith. I did not know his real name was Spectacular.
Yeah, me neither.
What? Company Adwizar.
I heard of that one.
Named as the best privately owned company in America on the Entrepreneur 360 list. And so this company, it's a social media marketing company. And this nigga's really like out here doing the fucking thing. Where I found it. Here it is. So he has a social media marketing firm. And this is his name. He's the founder and CEO. And so this is his story. Like, I didn't know niggas was really out here grinding, but I guess if you get somewhat famous, you was like, you grind.
Some people get it right. Some people don't, though.
So upon turning, after school candy sales into a $2,000 a week business at age 11, Spectacular Smith discovers he's was an entrepreneur. I cannot read.
It sounded like me until he said he started making 2,000. I was like, well, I didn't get to that level.
Because niggas was hating.
Quit.
Niggas was hating.
Niggas was hating on my grind.
They were like, oh, you got orders, bitch? Shut all that shit down. The realization would take him to heights of popular music and to success as a business owner, label owner, author, and beyond. Like, what? He been a dancer since the 3rd grade.
When he started stripping, though. I'm like, hopefully 18. They said was a dancer.
His father was the manager of the group and owner of an indie label.
Yeah.
I didn't know any of this about him.
Yeah, because Shade Room has posted about him before, so I knew he had a business. But I thought he was just like a regular business owner, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, him being on the Entrepreneur, like, the best Black-owned business. I'm like, whoa.
And I was stalking him on Instagram, and he was, like, speaking at schools and shit. Like, let me find the thing again.
He's a boss-ass nigga?
Yes, like, and this nigga know he fine still. I'm like, you're disgusting.
Is he fine? Oh, let me see.
Like, watch. Let me show you the video I went to. I'm like, oh, this nigga think he fine, huh? But he looks different. Like, this nigga, which one?
You no clothes.
Of course you want to see this one.
Oh,
he got a weird body. I don't like it.
Something on there.
But
he looked like he was fat and then lost it all. He got fit.
Where is it? He had gone to like some college campus and was speaking there. Harvard. Yeah, he went to Harvard. And he was speaking there. Right, let me go to the last one. Harvard Business School. This the one where I'm like, oh, nigga, you think you flying, huh?
Oh, okay.
Right? Like, you had to do the lick lip.
He just fucked somebody 2 days ago. He was like, I'm about to go on a trip. You trying to hang out? You could tell he just got laid.
I'm going to be at Harvard.
Yeah, that's why he's pulling tugging the hat.
And I was like, oh, you think you flying?
No one knew he was recording that. He had to make it slick.
He had to make it real slick. He like, let me check myself out.
We know the social media shit. We know.
I don't even want to hear what he has to say. But I just thought it was weird, like crazy. Like he's really went to colleges and shit. Like
I did not know he was cute. He actually is cute.
Right? Me
He's
either.
making hella money. That one picture, watch if you go back. Here.
Oh yeah, that nigga look rich.
Right. People just be getting on the jet making sure to take that picture.
Right.
But like, even the richest people be taking pictures.
Kim Kardashian it's a flex.
Kim be
like, expensive jets are. Even if you could charter a jet, that shit's still expensive.
Stupid expensive.
So it's low-key a flex. Like, well, not even low-key a flex. That shit's a flex.
I'll be rich one day. I'm just going to put it out there. Bye-bye.
Yeah, but I wanted to share that because I thought it was interesting. We learned that his name is For Real Spectacular.
Wow, Smith. Yeah.
But this nigga's a hustler.
All right, cool.
Like, for real, for real.
Another black business.
Oh, and correction from last week. You know that dad that, like, burned it's just horrible. But the dad that burned the daughter in the car, he had, like, chained the doors shut. And he wasn't in that bitch, but he had, like, chained the doors shut. Yeah, like, I saw, like, something on the internet where it's like, yeah, he chained the doors. I'm like, is this real? I don't want to fact check it, but I do remember hearing that multiple times, and I didn't mention it. It's like, it's kind of good that I didn't because it's a horrible fucking addition.
Evil person.
But like, what's wrong with you?
It's devil possession.
Yeah, and
like
then
you're done with.
But the ex-wife was like, I don't want him to die. I want him to live. Because he had burns over like 70% of his body still. Like he was a burn.
I just wouldn't comment on his life or death.
Yeah, she was like, I want him to live. I'm like, bitch, you
live with
his
consequences.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay, I get that.
He's scum. I don't.
Yeah,
he's not gonna. Honestly, that nigga's not gonna learn anything from it. The only thing he's gonna learn from it is that he doesn't like his freedom being taken away from him, and he doesn't like the circumstances he's in. But like, with the way men are, I don't think he's gonna be like, man, yeah, like I really feel bad. Like, and that's his own fucking daughter.
They never. Some of them don't even admit to doing the shit. Ever.
Nope. They maintain their innocence even though you fucking know they did it. And that shit annoys me. Yeah. So it's like, don't talk to them.
The other article you did last week too, I saw it on TV like right after you told me about it, and I was like, oh shit. Yeah. It's like he did it.
Black man, come on.
Yeah, we'll get it together. We're tightening it up. We're gonna tighten it up.
Tighten that sphincter. There was a surgeon who said that to me. Like, I told him like something happened, and he was like, "You made my sphincter tight."
Ew.
But no, like the relationship I have with him is like,
I know, but
it's gross, but it's like we know each other well enough to know which jokes are and are not okay. So I'm like, that one's an okay joke, but like this, some of the other stuff people be saying at work that like barely know me. I'm like, no,
don't talk to me. We're not there.
No,
our friendship is not there.
This is our first time meeting. What?
Oh my God. Ew. No. Huh? Good time for a commercial break?
Yeah. Hey guys, interrupting the conversation very quickly to bring you a Black business of the week. This week we have Vieryl watches. So you can find them on Instagram at Vieryl watches. Let me spell it out for y'all because they spell it a little different than usual. So it's spelled V as in Victor, IERYLE watches. You know how to spell that. All one word, lowercase, or you could go to their website, which is the same spelling, vierylewatches.com. So these watches are made by two Black individuals, Lamar and Toya. They were born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida, and they were a typical working couple with a family of 4 daughters who wanted to venture into entrepreneurship after recognizing dead ends in their careers. So they have a collection of watches on their website. They just got started back in May of 2018 after funding their Kickstarter. But you guys, these watches,
they're nice.
Bomb.com.
They're nice.
And they're having a sale right now. And when you go on their website, if you sign up, you get a 25% discount right away. And so I believe that's on top of the sale. So I would take advantage while you can, because these watches, they're gorgeous. Like, I see watches I would get on here.
Yeah. And you want to support a Black business. You might as well give that money to a Black person.
You're going to get a Michael Kors.
Right.
You're going to get a Coach.
Yeah.
You're going to get a Diesel. If people get those still. So why not contribute to the cause and help these Black businesses really take off? So you guys, if you want to find them and if you want to support them, you could go to their Instagram, which is Vieryl watches. I'll spell it one more time for you. So VIERYLE watches, or you could go to their website, which is vierylewatches.com. So yeah, guys, check them out if you can. All right, back to the program.
Hey guys, we're back, and as our educational topic this week, I really want to talk about that stupid ass abortion ban because I hate it. It's not like I'm running around like, get abortions. Yeah. It's just like, it makes me uncomfortable. It actually makes my stomach hurt to think that someone else can decide what I do with my body. And one of my friends made a good point, like, well, they're basically telling you to be responsible. And I'm like,
yeah, but that doesn't always account for all pregnancies. Like, you could be being responsible and still get pregnant.
I'm like, and I still don't like the idea that they're okay with if an 11-year-old got raped and got pregnant, they're really okay with them keeping the baby and delivering.
Yeah.
It's like you are forcing a child to go through this, and the child could be begging and pleading, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. And they will literally deny it to the kid and make the kid grow a baby.
She better go play outside. As sad as that sounds.
I was about to say she better fall down the stairs when people be dying.
I mean, that's why I said go play outside, because she'll go get into some shit.
Yeah.
I mean, but kids don't play outside no more.
That's
clearly
the problem.
Wait, did she get raped?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of little kids that get raped and they just get little abortion pills or whatever. They get the abortion because they're a rape victim.
Oh my God.
It's like, but now, and it's not in California, like we're still fine here, but it's like in Georgia and Alabama, like it's like once you hit the heartbeat bill. It differs depending on the state you're in. It's like the heartbeat bill is like once the heartbeat starts, which is 6 weeks, you cannot have an abortion. And then the other one is like,
one was 8 weeks too, right?
Yeah, like it's varying on state, but it's they're all almost exactly the same.
They're still very close. Yeah. Like you're literally at 8 weeks, you're 2 months pregnant. Like,
yeah. And the baby's heart just started beating 2 weeks ago.
But it's just like, you're not criminalizing people for having miscarriages. It's the same, along the same lines. Like a fetus is dying. Like,
I know, right?
I understand like one's by natural causes, but it's just like being pregnant by rape is involuntary.
Right.
Like, you're not planning for that.
You were living your whole life about to not be pregnant.
Like, you never go out thinking like, oh man, someone's going to get raped today.
Someone's going to put a baby in me and I don't want it. Yes.
No. Like, and then I understand too, like,
so stupid.
Some people, they may not be being responsible and they get pregnant.
Right.
They should still have the choice to choose after that point. Like,
right.
I feel like if that isn't the way that it's intended to be, because like some of these people use like religion, like just pro-lifers in general use religion to account for this, but it's just like, God also gave us free will. Like, that's why I don't like religious people that only see like one side of the spectrum. It's like, you cannot see one side of the argument and just think that you're right.
You know what? Someone pointed out a really good point to me about that, because I was saying the exact same thing. I was like, they're forcing, even though I am a Catholic, they're actually forcing religion on us. And they were like, but you're so on your side that you're not realizing we're forcing non-Christianity on them. But so it's like, it's literally equal.
It's true, but then at the same time, it's like if people minded their business, this wouldn't be a problem. This is literally like a whole
minding business is a non-Christian thing. Minding people's business is a Christian thing. So they think we're pushing not minding our business on them, and we're pushing minding people's business on, and they're pushing that on us, which that is. You're minding our business if you're telling us we can't get an abortion. You are minding our shit. It's
just like, I just can't understand ever being that religious as to being like, well, everybody needs to be this way. Like, I know there are people like that, but like personally, I cannot understand that feeling like, well, everyone needs to feel this way.
And there's people that are religious that could never imagine being us. They would be like, if they were us, they would just assume they're going to hell. Like, there's people out there, you know, like,
they'd be like, oh, you're going to hell.
They're on the other end of the spectrum to where they're like, oh no, you know, like, it's like, and we're like, okay, chill. I love
like,
God loves
relax.
me. You know, like,
God knows my heart. He designed me.
Right.
Anytime
so like,
somebody be saying stuff like that, they be like, God gonna do whatever. I be like, well, God knows my heart.
Right.
He made me.
Right.
So there's that.
Help me, Jesus, every day. That's all I'm just tell him. Okay. But what was I gonna say to that point? Oh, and then I was kind of wondering, like, so I assumed that if you leave the state, you can get an abortion. If you're in an abortion state, you can get an abortion. But then I saw an article that was kind of like, this is not the article I'm reading right now. I just saw an article that said something contrary, like, oh, if you leave the state, you can get in trouble. And I was like, wait, hold on.
If you leave and get an abortion, but like, what if you never tell about anybody in your state that you're pregnant? Fine.
Yeah, it's just like someone who did a crime and never got caught. Like all of us.
Well, then, I mean, do it, bitches.
And isn't it crazy that the doctors are facing 99 years in jail, but a rapist only faced 10 to 15? 3 to 15? Let me be more accurate, 3 to 20. Like, they face so much less. And if you create an abortion, you're going to get 100 years. But if you take someone's vagina without their permission in an aggressive manner, you're going to get,
and not even in an aggressive manner. It's not all rapes are like super aggressive.
That's true. It's just it could be manipulation based.
Drugging,
right?
Like, if you drug a bitch, you don't necessarily have to be rough.
And they'll get 1/10 of your sentence if you just help them abort it because they weren't ready for that.
And then
shit.
The women are getting life or a possibility of going to death row.
I know. I'm like death row. What the fuck? Isn't death row not Christian?
Yeah.
The whole concept of death row is not Christian.
An eye for an eye, the whole world would be black.
And then they say if someone slaps you, turn the other cheek. This shit contradicts itself. It's okay.
Oh, God. Like, that's why, like, some religion is just, like, so, like, contradictory to me. I'm just like, y'all people be in here preaching about how the Bible says don't judge people, but that's literally all you do.
You guys do. That's why I think that the Bible is just another reminder that it was made by a human. So it's always going to have all those human things to it where people are putting their own opinions. That's why there's contradicting things in the Bible, is because two different people wrote it, and because they're human, basically human error. Like, because they took what I believe they probably might have actually heard God.
They probably did hear God, but they were like, I don't like that message just like that.
Yeah, like he's probably okay with me doing this, and he's gonna let it. Like, I'm just glad that we got like, past this.
They probably like me. He know my heart and just changed the text.
I'm just glad we made it past the stage where he fucking was like, nah, fuck all y'all, washed everyone off. With and left Moses and a little, a few people, and then started over. I'm glad, because basically, like, I knew the story as a child, but obviously I don't know it as an adult because I haven't read it. But in church school, we read it like 1,000,000 times, so I don't remember. But I know I've seen it 1,000,000 times, so I know what the fuck happened.
Bitch, I never knew. So.
It's like I don't remember the details, but we all know the story. And so my friend was like, basically like, Yeah, he was pissed at how shitty we were as humans. That's why he killed us all.
And so that's why everybody's like, yeah, it's about to happen again.
And I'm like, no, but the story basically says that God had feelings because we're made in God's image, so he's like a human, you know? And they're kind of just like, you have to understand, like, people do fucked up things, but it's like even the people who do fucked up things, some of them still love you, so you can't just be killing them. And so, like, God was like, okay, I won't do that anymore. And that's the only reason why shit hasn't happened since Moses. He was like, all right, my bad. Because he's a human, too.
He's like, I bet.
He's not a human, but humans are modeled after him.
He's more understanding.
Yeah, he has
these niggas
he's
out
going to
here.
have similar traits. Like, he's going to, you know. And so it's like, he understands where we're just like, come on. And he's all right, my bad. You know, they say he's a jealous God. And, like, he has feelings. Like, he has feelings. Like, now he's in the feeling of, like, man, fuck
See,
people.
that thing, that, like, low-key scares me. He's a jealous God. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah, he's jealous. Don't play that shit.
Like, what?
Yeah, I mean.
And I feel like that's the basis of, like, people that go to church are probably like, bitch, you're dumb. Like, that's, like, the basis of, like, loving God before everything else.
Yeah, because
like,
he's jealous.
You better love God before you love your nigga.
Oh, yeah.
You better love God before you love money.
And it's like we really do treat God like that. We put this nigga before everything. Like, nah. But the only thing is I don't like that story where they're like, if someone put a gun to your head and said, do you love God? And I'm going to kill you if you say you do. What are you going to say?
I'm going to die. I'm just kidding. No,
I was like, I might be a pussy and say I don't love God. What? And then I'm going to get shot.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be like, no, you fake ass.
You liar.
You fake. I'd be like, I just started learning about God. Bah! I'm killing y'all anyway.
Who God? Who's that?
In church. You mean this nigga we here talking to? Oh,
hey, show me a picture.
You're going to heaven. Oh, who gonna be there?
Like, when was it? Oh, it was when Game of Thrones season 8 just came on. We were at our friend's house watching it. Well, getting ready to watch it, and somebody's friends called, and they had him on speakerphone because we all knew him, right? And so he was like, oh, who's all there? And we were like, man, nigga, you not coming. Shut up. Like,
don't ever
no.
ask who's there. Don't matter. Come if you want to come.
It was so funny because niggas really do that. Like, they were like, oh, yeah, who up over there? Who's there?
Who there? Because there's not enough people that they like. They're like, no, I'm cool.
But, okay, you know, back... somebody you don't like there. Like that Janae Aiko song. She's like, if that bitch over there, I'm going to slap her in the face. And you know what bitch I'm talking about.
Oh.
Yeah, she's crazy.
Oh, okay. I've gotten, without even being an avid Janae Aiko listener, I listen to some of her songs. I'm like, yeah, bitch. You're that bitch. Like, you're lucky you're pretty as fuck. Because niggas would not fuck with you. Because it's like, you're totally crazy. You tattooed Big Sean's face. And now the fact that you tattooed a man's face on you. And then broke up and covered it. Don't get no tattoo that you're going to need to go back and cover with a big ass.
We all learn about this.
How are you that dumb? But it's like she's grown. And she's basically every dude she's with. She's like, I really love you. Just know that I really love you. So I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, we're getting off topic, but whatever. Okay. But with her.
I'll go back to it.
I feel like she has attachment disorders. Because remember her brother passed away.
Oh, yeah.
And then she was with niggas who treated her like shit.
Yeah.
And so then it's like, I feel like dudes that show her like any ounce of like, oh baby, I care about you. She's like, nigga,
I'll do
you
anything.
love me?
I'm like, and I'll ride and die for you.
Yes. She's like, oh, we can get married today.
Sorry, I just remembered listening to DJ Khaled's new album that just came out. Big Sean is one of the songs, and he references Ariana Grande. Thank you, next. And the funny thing
I heard it.
The first thing I thought was, damn, Janae about to be mad.
Because remember, there was like amidst their breakup, they were like, yeah, Big Sean and Ariana Grande were seen outside those the studio.
Pictures, and she was still wearing that big ass sweater that she stayed
wearing.
Always. I'm like,
that's her vibe, apparently, and the ponytail.
The sleeves that always bypass her hands. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
she emo though.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, Janae Aiko's crazy. I'm sorry we're off track. The whole reason I brought up the initial abortion ban is because Washington Post posted an article that said everything you need to know about the abortion ban news. And it said, legalizing abortion nationwide has sparked confusion about what these laws actually do. So here's what you need to know. Lawmakers in Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Kentucky, Mississippi, Missouri, Ohio, and Utah have passed new anti-abortion bills.
Many states?
Yeah, it's scary.
All them little flyover states.
It's all the flyover states.
Wow.
Georgia and Ohio are the most popular
states. They like incest that bad.
That's nasty.
That's what that sounds like to me.
New laws have prompted questions about whether women who have abortions could be punished and why some of the pieces of legislation are called heartbeat bills, among other. So they're meant to provoke legal challenges that ultimately elevate the issue to Supreme Court. This one rep for Alabama said, "I prayed my way through this bill." This is the way we get where we want to get eventually.
Separating church and state, bro. You're not doing it.
Right.
You came right out and said it.
Now that 2 Trump-appointed justices are on the Supreme Court.
Oh, fuck.
Social conservatives see potential.
Forgot.
Yeah.
We forgot.
And that's why they wanted to go to the level of the Supreme Court, because they will always win. Now that 2 Trump-appointed justices are on the Supreme Court, social conservatives see potential for a reversal of the court's 1973 decision in Roe v. Wade, although the court tends to make incremental changes to its interpretation of the law instead of dramatically overturning precedent. Jesus. New York and Vermont, meanwhile, have enacted protections of abortion rights. Laws, sorry. Abortion rights.
Yes.
So why is everyone talking about Alabama's new law? Because they prohibited abortion in almost every circumstance and is considered the most restrictive abortion law in the country. It only makes exceptions for the health of the mothers and the fetuses with fatal abnormalities that make them unlikely to survive outside the womb. Rape and incest are not exceptions to Alabama's ban. Missouri most recently passed an abortion law at 8 weeks, like you just talked about.
I knew it was somewhere.
After the Senate passed the measure a day earlier. So it took them 24 hours to go through 2 levels of government. That's how serious they are. The governor who has the bill would make Missouri one of the strongest pro-life states in the country, as he said he would sign it into law. And like with the law in Alabama, rape and incest will not be exceptions to the ban in Missouri.
What the fuck?
Yes. So
basically, if you're a woman, don't live in those fucking states. Yeah. Because if you get raped, because I feel like niggas is going to go out raping more now, be careful. And don't be there. I have never wanted to go to a state less.
The women will be criminally liable. But it's unclear for Georgia because there's Georgia law that protects the rights of pregnant women.
Okay.
The healthcare provider is punishable by up to 99 years of imprisonment. They will be prosecuted. Basically, Georgia's being very vague about women, but they're going hard on the doctors. You don't want a woman to be forced to prove how she lost her baby. Oh, that's a really good point. Says, who's Sanger?
So, women. I always do that. It's so funny because people always comment like, you say bitch so much. I'm like, I know.
I mean, like, women friend.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean it in a bad way.
Right. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I feel like women then are either just going to be taking trips downstairs. Whoever it is, like if it's like their husband or something, is going to kick them in the stomach. Like it's just going to be traumatic ways for women to lose their babies. Like as if getting an abortion isn't already traumatic as fuck already. Like either they're going to get a legal abortion or they're going to find a way to like have an abortion in their homes.
God, yeah, I would hate to have an abortion in my fucking house.
Yeah,
because you'll just remember like I killed my baby here. I mean, I'm sure some people don't care. They're just like, hurry up.
Or there's gonna become like a trafficking of abortion pills.
Ooh, y'all abortion pill sellers are about to make hella bread.
Yeah.
Ooh, they're about to cash up. You know, and it's funny because you said that, and I'm sure all the drug dealers have already thought about that. It's like the people who are actually already making money out there selling drugs, they're about to start carrying abortion pills too, because they just have to fly back and forth from California and states where you can get abortion pills fucking easy.
Or I feel like people might overdose on Plan B, like because people are dumb.
I've heard girls tell me they've used Plan B like an insane amount of times.
Honestly,
I'm like, wait, what?
You're like, it says on the box, I think you're only supposed to take it like 6 times in a year.
It was 7 times. Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah, like
last time I saw it was 7. They might have changed because science has changed. They were offering Plan B to us back when we were freshmen in college, and that was like 9 years ago.
Yeah.
But, you know, science has advanced. It's probably way better.
I mean, you could get that shit at Walgreens without a prescription.
Bitch, you ain't having a baby,
like,
bitch.
it's not, it's like on the fucking shelves.
Oh, yeah. But, and I remember, obviously no one knows who a classmate in the 9 years that I was in school. Like one of my classmates, she asked me I've heard of the Plan B thing. Like, where do you get it at? Da, 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 da. And I was like, oh, it's at the grocery store. Just like look for it. Like it's really there. Cause she couldn't believe that you could really just find it next to fucking condoms. And I was like, yeah, it's at the grocery store. She said when she went there, the entire section of Plan B was gone. She had to go to the front desk, which they had more in the back. But the fact that shit had run down, and it had to be that day because they restock every day. No, he has them in the back. So I'm like, damn, a lot of bitches.
I mean, honestly, at least you're taking those. It's like now you have to be more aware in taking those. But it's like some people take those and they don't work. And some people even have birth control and it doesn't work.
Oh my God, yeah. I met a girl who was conceived.
My sister's kids.
Oh, really? Birth control babies?
Yes.
I'm like, yeah, that's crazy.
Nasir and Ava.
You're at the 0.05%, right? I think that's crazy.
Yeah.
Or 0.09, whatever. Like, wow.
It's like she was really taking her. She had her shit, but
that's fucking terrible.
People, doesn't work. And she tried like between the two of them, she tried 2 different birth controls, and neither one of them worked.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fucking fucked up.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at God. God was like, oh no, you starting a family.
He's like, oh, you gonna have some cute ass babies.
You gonna start a family. Okay, so a couple more things about the abortion laws. Don't judge my stuttering. I'm gonna keep going.
I just be doing that too, though. It's like because you know what you want to say, but then something happens.
You just like glitch. We glitch like video games. Why are some of these abortion bans called heartbeat bills? This period is about 2 weeks after a woman's missed period, when many women do not know they're pregnant. Supporters of this type of abortion ban refer to the legislation as heartbeat bills, while many abortion right activists say the term is inaccurate because an embryo's heart has not fully formed at this point. An ultrasound will usually show electric activity in an embryo's forming heart at about 6 weeks of pregnancy, and OBGYN said. She said, although the activity is not the same as a heartbeat that pumps blood, she often uses the term heartbeat with her parents at that point because they are familiar with that terminology. The doctor says it technically is an inaccurate description.
More things that are wrong, per usual.
And, white men who never studied science and think that they have the rights to women's bodies are the ones who pass this law. She said, I think that when you're legislating biology in this way, you need to be really, really precise.
Yeah.
And that's funny because we have science backgrounds, and I'm like, yeah.
You might want to.
It has to be to the point correct, or you can't say it's right. You have to tell them everything that's fucked up about it.
Exactly. You have to weigh the pros and the cons.
In our like reports and like projects in high school in high school, college, like we had to say what happened, and we also had to say what was completely fucked up.
And you could never say it was definite.
Yeah. Like, this is why I had an error. Like, these are reasons why I could have an error. That there's an error, period.
Wasn't there a calculation for errors?
Yeah. Oh my God.
And like,
there were calculations for errors, and then was there a calculation for human error? I feel like there was.
There was always like a room for human error. There was like a percentage for that shit, I'm sure.
So that I just really like that. There's a poster that says "Get out of my uterus."
Please and thank you.
Why are some people objecting to the 6-week cutoff written in these heartbeat bills? Doctors date a pregnancy from the first day of a woman's last period, not from the date when she had sexual intercourse. Most women are at least 4 weeks pregnant when they discover the pregnancy. Many women do not realize it until the 5th or 6th week, especially if they did not expect to become pregnant. Which is just,
and if you don't know what that shit feels like.
Right. First timers and casual sex.
There's like, right? Because there's some people who like got pregnant and didn't know, and they were like, yeah, like I like threw up 1 week, but I didn't think anything weird of it.
People throw up when they're not pregnant. Yeah. So it's like, how could you decipher?
And if it's like just one time,
right? It doesn't keep happening.
Like, oh, I'm pregnant.
Right. Women are taught to suspect pregnancy if they miss their period, but other factors like stress, obesity, or new medications can also disrupt a woman's menstrual cycle. Plus, the birth control babies that we were just talking about, people who were born when their parents were on birth control. I remember the girl saying her mom was also having her period. So it's like, because birth control doesn't stop your period unless you get that one.
Yeah.
But it's like her mom was on birth control and was still getting her period and was fully pregnant with her.
Jeez.
So that's, it just, some women do not fucking know.
No.
Especially if your body like isn't sensitive to pregnancy, you're not uncomfortable like a lot of people get. Like you're just like running,
I'm living
swimming,
my best life,
eating, just living your life. Okay. So how likely is emergency contraception to prevent pregnancy as an alternative abortion? I mean, okay, and this basically says what I was about to think is you have to use it within 72 hours or it doesn't work. Up to 5 days, but
yeah.
So it's like that's not really abortion because people don't even know if they're pregnant or not. It's a plan B.
That's like preventative care.
It's like I didn't use a condom, but I should have. Does banning abortion reduce the rate of abortion? They say not significantly. Countries with a total or partial bans have an abortion rate of 37%. 37 of 1,000 people. While 34 and 1,000 people have abortion, 34 and 1,000 people have abortions in countries with no restrictions.
Okay, so what's the point here, guys?
So people are going to get more abortions. It's the countries with bans have 37 to 1,000, while abortions with no bans have 34 and 1,000. So the fact that you're telling bitches not to do it like a child, don't touch, don't touch, don't touch, they're like, do it. Fuck it, fuck the government,
shoot up the club.
Oh, well.
I mean, you gotta get the club shot up to have
okay. I was thinking of shooting up a club.
I forgot that I ever be that evil though.
No, I thought it was a joke. But I was like, but I was just like, oh yeah, I forgot they call coming shooting up the club.
Yeah,
which is like now thinking about it, like that's really fucked up that we have the term shooting up the club to reference getting pregnant.
Yeah.
Or just
I mean, honestly, which one's better, cream pie or that? Okay. Yeah. Both cream pie.
Ew. And this was basically the end of the article. It said a study by Washington University in St. Louis found that in 2012 that giving women free birth control reduced abortion rates by 62 to 78%. Wow.
Because weren't they trying, like, when Trump first got in office, weren't they trying to ban birth control?
Yes. Yeah. Planned Parenthood.
No, it was birth control too.
Was it birth control?
It's been all this shit. All this shit that affects women the most has been what it is.
Wow. I feel really crazy that someone's really trying to tell us what to do with our bodies. Like, I'm like, that is really crazy to me, where I'm like,
and if I want something, I'm gonna find a way to get it. So
right. It's like, huh?
Like, if I really don't want a baby, I'm not about to have one. Fuck out of here. Until you gotta deliver a baby out your fucking pussy. And even if you can and you still believe in that shit, do it at your own.
Deliver it out your pee hole.
At your own.
Have a doctor demonstrate to you what it will feel like coming out of your pee hole, and then talk to me.
Because there's really some women that agree with this.
I know.
And it's just like,
those are the ones that are married to men that are cheating, fucking younger women, and then they have every baby that they get pregnant by. Ooh. And their husband is disgusted every time they're having sex.
And they're just like, yeah, like, I'm going to have my baby. It's because I can and I can afford to.
Right. That's also the privilege. Like, if I got pregnant on accident and I'm rich,
fuck it.
I can hire a nanny. Because, mind you, it's like we still do school. We still do work. You literally need a nanny to make that shit work. Or you're just not going to make as much money as you would have if you didn't have a baby. So that's why Kylie Jenner is starting businesses amongst being a new mom. You know, like, literally like, starting the bag. Yeah, still getting the bag. Still making more money amongst being pregnant. She kind of like went off the radar when she was pregnant, but she set herself up, because I'm sure her whole team knew she was pregnant. She set herself up to where her business worked for itself for 9 months. You know, like, you notice that it just kept going for her. She had all the advertisements ready. She did a whole bunch of photo shoots before she was showing, and then they would come out mid pregnancy, and she was like flat stomach. Yep. And I'm just like, she planned this ahead of time.
Played the fuck out of us.
Did this, and then I saw a picture of her from recently, but it's only her like this up, but it's a new picture she put out, and I was like, oh, she took that picture when she was pregnant. Because I could have sworn I remember seeing that on her. She only showed like her arm or something on her Instagram, like back during the pregnancy when she wasn't showing herself, you know. And I was like,
and everybody knew
that was a pregnant
because she broke the silence and went on Snapchat. Wasn't it Snapchat?
Oh, yeah.
She made the video with Jordan and her titties were all big and everybody was like, she's pregnant.
Her tits were huge.
They were humongous.
She has melons.
There was no way.
Yeah.
Around that.
Oh, yeah. Do you know yours?
Well, wait. I think I said that last week. Give me a second. Something good happened somewhere.
Oh, I was listening to the same podcast I told you about with Yvonne Orji and that other girl, Levy. And she said something to the context of it, and I was like, oh, look at God. Also, when you're listening to, like, we're super podcast forward if you haven't noticed. Listening to other podcasts is sometimes they hit you with something and you're like, yeah. Listen to freaking
never thought about
Jesus and Jollof. They just started, so there's not a ton of episodes. They will say some shit where you're just like, what? You know, like, where they really break some shit down. They just, you know, she's super godly, you know, and it's not all about, like, God will do this and God, it's more about, like, you as being a person and treating other people. And, like, they say some shit where you're just like, damn, that's a fucking verse. Like, what? And so there was a point where she was like, take a moment. She didn't say these exact words, but I rewrote it. Like, take a moment to breathe in all that you've made it through, all of your accomplishments, because most people are, like, stressing about the next thing and the next thing. And it's like, you should really, like, brag within your body about yourself, because then it's not negative. It doesn't affect anyone. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't make anybody feel bad. Like, inside, pump yourself the fuck up because you did that shit. Like, and I was like, people, yeah, we don't, like, we do it sometimes, obviously, but we don't do it that often if you think about it. And when she said that, I was like, okay. Because she got her she's Nigerian, so she got her, like, bachelor's in health and her master's in engineering. She was supposed to be, like, a doctor, but she was like, I don't want to be a doctor. And the whole time she was acting, her parents were calling her a failure and da-da-da-da. And then it's like, now she has a leading role on an HBO show. Yeah. And so it's like, and she had to go through her parents telling her, like, oh, you're fucking up your life. And that's what Nigerian parents, they have no idea. So they can tell you exactly what you should be doing is what you shouldn't be doing. And so it's like, and she's like, but I made it through. Like, not only do I have 2 degrees, but, you know,
yeah, like, she still did what she wanted to do.
I became an actress. I wanted to be an actress. She was like, I'm not going to use these damn degrees, but I'm an educated ass bitch, you know.
You knew at one point.
So, yeah, my little God is like, I breathed in my accomplishments. And I was just like, yes, bitch. So that's how the inner me would talk to myself. Like, yeah, bitch.
Even though most people think it would be, like, derogatory.
Yeah,
nah,
it's not. That's a term of endearment. Nah. You did that, bitch.
You know how often I refer to myself as that?
Yeah. I refer to everybody's bitch. I always have to hold back when I accidentally almost say bitch to a guy. And it's like, no, it's just how I talk.
Sometimes I say it.
Yeah, no, I know. No, but it's the same way because guys say bro sometimes.
I'm like, bitch, guess what? Like, and, like, I mean, that's how you could tell that we're, like, friends or whatever, but it's really funny.
Yeah, it's like, it's funny when guys use the term bro just because I'm like, I know what you meant.
Yeah.
I know not bro. And I remember thinking, like, experiencing it for the first time, being like, that's weird, but okay. And then hearing some other random guy and girl talk, and he called her bro. And I was like, okay, this is super normal. This does happen a lot. Niggas are just like, no, we're close, man, nigga. So nigga, I know. I wonder how guys feel when we call them nigga. You know, they're like, that's not ladylike. But I'm like, yeah, that's me like.
I mean, I feel like as long as you don't, like, cuss at them, they're fine.
Yeah, as long as you don't cuss people
like,
out.
If it, yeah, like,
I don't even remember the last time I've cussed someone out.
Yeah, I think the last time I cussed somebody out was when that little boy came in our door trying to find my nephew.
That's
and that was
a
long time ago.
I haven't cussed anyone out.
And he deserved it.
I've yelled at someone, but without cuss words. Cussing someone out is completely different.
Yeah, like, you gotta be real angry.
Yeah.
So my look at God is, I guess, I don't know. I actually got to go out this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we went to Brunch to Bomb. We had fun. We went to Roscoe's. Hadn't been to Roscoe's in a minute. That food was fire as fuck.
Gizzards was hitting.
Fire as fuck.
But, you know, it's a black-owned business.
They fucked up.
So this nigga fucked our order up so bad. It took about 2-3 rounds to get our order right.
And we were like, was this nigga even writing shit down?
I was so
Ashley. It didn't seem like he was writing shit down.
That nigga was probably like this. He didn't write shit down. She said rice gravy on the side. He probably put rice.
With gravy.
Right. He probably didn't put that. That's the thing, when you're a server, you fuck up because you don't put the whole thing, or it's like you fuck up. Like, I remember these 2 people ordered shit. They said, can I get the chicken? And there was 2 chicken options, but I forgot about the other chicken option. And luckily, most of them wanted the actual one I thought, but 2 people wanted the other chicken. I'm like, but everyone called it the chicken.
Don't call it the chicken.
I know, say more things.
People get it right.
Some people said chicken pasta, and I was like, cool, I know which one you're talking about. But no, if you want the lemon caper chicken, say lemon caper chicken.
Lemon caper chicken is bomb.
Right. It smelled fire.
By BTW. It
was fire.
But yeah, that's my only look at God. And then look at God, I paid for our engagement party. Like, I reserved the spot.
Yay. That's happening.
That was good. Yeah. So, you know, now we just gotta figure shit out.
Yeah.
Figure it.
I was thinking about how your fiance was talking about how many people to invite. I was like, tell him to calm down. Tell him to relax.
I already am, because I don't know what type of bank account he thinks this is coming from. So we're going to get that squared away.
Like, no, sir. No.
And that's why, and, like, I feel like people are looking at me crazy because it's like, because I'm like, yeah, if I'm paying for it, because, like, I feel like, I don't know, in, like, today's age, if, like, they expect the woman's parents to still pay for it, or, like, if they think it's a partnership. Like, of course, like, we're going to pay for some of it together, but I'm getting help from my parents too. to.
I mean, it's 2019. Like, getting help from parents is like common, but also like people paying for themselves is now common. Yeah, so it's like
paying for myself.
It's all now just a mixture of all of it. Because I've almost every situation I know of, it's like parents helped and then the kid paid something or came out of it still, you know, like we're all young, so it's like you still spend a shit ton of money.
Like, I already agreed. I told my parents, like, this is what I'm gonna pay for. Like, I already know I'm gonna pay for this because it's like I don't want restrictions with this specifically. So I'm gonna pay for that myself. Now, but y'all can help me out with whatever else. So I guess look at God for that, because my parents did tell me how much money they're gonna give me.
Are you searching for places that have open bar?
Yeah, or like bring your own. With no fee. Like, you could buy your own alcohol for your wedding. Oh,
okay. I thought you meant like us bringing it. I was like, really? We're just going to have it in our hand?
No.
Yeah. No, I went to a wedding last year where it was like that. They brought and I think they brought they had their own bartender, like a friend who bartended. And we know
one too, and he's not that expensive.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. He said, just have your own alcohol. I'm like, bet.
Easy work, but he needs to bring a team, because bitch, we was going wild at Dion's wedding.
Everybody's wedding, you go wild. But like, if we could bring our own, that'd be great, because I'd just go to fucking Costco.
Be done with it.
And I know, get extra Hennessy, because a lot of niggas gonna be there. Yeah. Including me. Yeah. I am niggas. I will have my own pristine bottle on my table. Man,
we were faded at our friend's wedding.
I gotta make sure to stick to champagne only, though.
Good luck.
Because brunch to bomb, we did champagne, and then I had a Hennessy. Bad choices, but good times.
Super faded.
Yeah.
Did I drink another drink? I just drank champagne, right?
No, you got a tequila pineapple, and I got a Henny pineapple.
That explains how I felt.
Exactly. A bitch was hurt.
Okay. Well, that was fun too. Brunch to bomb. I think they're going to New York, guys. So look out for it. Just so you guys know, you can find us on Apple Podcasts. Just search Young and Getting It Podcast. There's no G at the end of getting. Subscribe, rate, and review. We're also on SoundCloud.com/WeAreYAGIP. Just follow us on there. Comment on there. Thank you for everyone that's listening. We're also on YouTube.com. Search Young and Getting It Podcast. No G at the end of getting. Subscribe. And, comment and shit on there. We're also on Spotify. Young and Getting It Podcast. There is a G at the end of that one. Follow our playlist.
No, there's an apostrophe at the end of that.
Oh, yeah. There's apostrophe at the end of that.
Yeah, you got to type it in.
It's like really, you guys will figure it out. It's 2019. Get it together. We're on Pocket Cast, GooglePlay, Stitcher. If you go on a podcasting app and just search us and they span over podcasts, we'll pop up. It's really, we're everywhere, so get on us before it's too late. You know what I'm saying? Before we're too popping to provide this amazing quality personal one-on-one experience that we're providing.
Before
today.
We stop listening to y'all. I'm just kidding.
I know.
It's like before we just ignore all
stop
your
reading
messages,
your emails. Yeah. You want to get in while they're still actually reading your emails. Because I remember listening to the read and shit. They actually would go through their own emails. Young Getting It Podcast. Not Young. Getting Grown Podcast. They, Jade and Kia, they were going through the emails. And then eventually once it blows up, they pass it on to someone else to do it for them.
And then pick out the ones that they read. So while it has the personal touch, get in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can also find us on Instagram and Twitter at YAGI_podcast, or you can find us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/YAGIPOD. And if you would like to just, go to our website so you don't have to search for everything, it is www.weareyagip.com. And then, of course, if you want to join the conversation, especially while we still check ourselves, it's Ashleyandninapod@gmail.com. And then if you would like to text or call our Google Voice number, it's 323-486-3811. I almost whistled like people that have veneers and they're too big. I really tried to handle it. But yeah, you guys, thanks. Look out for us next week. Peace.